of the first things that once you get your catalyst alarm, one of the first things we want to do is set up our liquid presence sensor. And how that works is we go in between the supply bottle and the slave arm, and we go in vertically and set up so that what happens is when the catalyst goes through, there's infrared sensors, and we'll show those to you, that detects liquid, non-liquid presence. If you have the gravity flow like this unit is, then it would set up vertically up here. If you have it with a suction type, your bottle would be down here and it will suck through, but you still have it vertically into your supply, or to your slave arm. You see how the catalyst alarm of the liquid presence sensor is put together. There's a quartz tube in here, and this is a very sensitive unit. And what you need to do when you start to do the connections of the hoses, you have to use a pair of pliers or a pair of vice grips on this before you put any tension on that to tighten those down. Otherwise you can break this, and then we've got a problem. We've got catalyst going everywhere. We don't want that. The catalyst alarm itself, the box, we come off of where the catalyst goes out to the gun, which would be a connection here, the hose that goes out to the gun. We take that loose, put in a stainless steel hose that goes between there and the inlet on this particular unit. Then we take that fitting and put it on here that comes off of the slave arm, and it goes out to the gun from there. This can be mounted on the pole, it could be mounted on the wall, any place that's convenient to put it into where you can see it and where you can get to it. To hook up the catalyst alarm itself, you would go where it goes out to the gun, hook up that, and then it would come into underneath the inlet on the catalyst alarm itself. Once the bottom part's hooked up, then you take the hose that goes out to the gun and it would connect here, so that what happens is catalyst in, catalyst out, and this goes out to the gun. Once we have the catalyst alarm box installed, then we want to install the piezo alarm. This alarm can be attached anywhere close to it. And on the side of the catalyst alarm box, you'll see where it says alarm, and all this is it slips in, they slip right into a groove and then turn on like that. What happens if you're not getting catalyst, this alarm will go off. The catalyst alarm is activated by either a exhaust sensor, which we go in between the muffler and the outlet for the muffler, put in a T and a sensor, and that hooks up. Again, it's still the same type of a hookup, just plugs in and turns, and then it'll go over here onto what is called the exhaust sensor. Whoops, right here. And you notice how I'm turning that, and it slips in finally, and it goes on just one way. Now, sometimes we use a mechanical sensor, and how that works is when the movement of the pump comes up, and there's a magnet that goes on here, and it again hooks up just like that other. Instead of you going on to the exhaust sensor, it goes on to the mechanical sensor, and as the pump moves, it sends a signal and activates the catalyst alarm. On the exhaust sensor, if you should be that you're not getting a movement, this is an adjustment for sensitivity. It can be adjusted in or out. And once you have set that, you need to set the set screw so that it doesn't work its way out. The catalyst alarm is activated by two ways. There are two methods of powering it. One is a 110 transformer, the transformer to DC, 9-volt DC, and it hooks up as such, and then onto the power of the box itself. Or if it's a portable unit, and if the unit moves around, then again this just slips in and twists on. And then we have a 12-volt battery, either a deep cell battery like a RV battery or one of those. And again, this just slips in and turns on. The idea being that this tells you what the condition of the battery is. And once the battery starts getting low, you just disconnect this like this. Take the whole unit and take it out of the spray area so that it can't become a problem with an explosion problem, giving it that way. Take it out of here, take it out of into the shop or wherever, and recharge the battery or put a different battery in it. When you bring it back, you do the same thing, replace it so that it can't give you a spark, can't be a problem in any way. Again, this just slips in and turns on. Once the catalyst alarm has been all hooked up and powered up and you've got it turned on, then the adjustment comes in. You set your gun up at, let's say 2% you're running catalyst, and you adjust this in clear down to where you've got an alarm going off. Once you have that alarm going off while this is still running, have somebody adjust this back up till the alarm stops. When it stops, then go down about a half of a turn or a quarter of a turn, and then what it does is set it to that level so that if it drops below whatever percentage you have it set at, the alarm will go off. Again, we're pleased that you have the new TFM catalyst alarm. We've been very successful with those. We want you to know that we are here, and if you have any additional information you need of how to install this, please call us at 888-222-9828.